reason was simple, plain and clear. Like I wanted to gather skill set as much as possible. So I started working here. Initially, I worked as a full stack development, majorly working in Node.js and Angular stack. And for the Hyperledger Fabric, we had used Go as a primary language for developing the chain codes. And yeah, this was actually a starting point, which got me exposure to the blockchain technology and knowing its applications, knowing how it is being used in the industry and how it basically challenges the traditional finance that we are used to, like our banks. So yeah, that was my turning point. I spent like 2 years, and then after two and a half year, I worked in a firm called McKinley Rice. So this was a South Korean startup, and that is when I met your uh, beloved, delighted Professor Mallikarjun Reddy. So he was my colleague back then, and we have worked together. So this is when I was introduced to Web3 technologies and developing the uh, ICO contracts, launching tokens, understanding how basically the Web3 works, and implementing various applications like the Block Explorer, uh, the gaming contracts, and everything. So this was when I was introduced to Web3. Uh, my third company was NPCI, National Payments Corporation of India, the company behind the UPI. So I worked on a CBDC project, which is basically central bank digital currency, which many banks are now launching as a pilot. So I worked here as a smart contract, I mean the chain code developer, and as well as majorly on increasing the scalability and performance so that it can be scaled to the millions of users uh, all over India. Currently, I'm working with a firm called Aquanow, and I'm working remotely. So here I'm working on initiatives like the stablecoin project, the uh, market making project. So I'm leading these two projects. Uh, yeah, this is pretty much about me.
Okay, so we have some questions from our participants. So
Sure.
one is, what inspired you to transition from full stack developer to blockchain focused role? Okay,
Okay, so I mean, I choose this company because I wanted to work in a blockchain. Okay. And the reason why I wanted to work on the blockchain is was very simple. I just wanted not to get lost in a sea of people having the same skill set, right? So at that time, when I joined like 6 years back, it was very common to find developers having a knowledge on the front end development like Angular, React, Node.js, PHP, Laravel. So at some point I just had a fear like if I do the same thing, what would be the thing that will differentiate me? So and I've come across this blockchain technology, and many people were not aware of it or were very new to it. Like even my peers uh, from with whom I graduated were unaware of this technology. So that's when I thought like, yes, let's try it. I mean, the technology was promising. It had a lot of applications industry wide. So yeah, that's how I get into this.
yeah. So another question from Shimalapati. So
Mhm.
she says, how does blockchain solve problems that couldn't be solved with regular distributed database?
So I mean, that is very good question. Okay. So blockchain, when you see, it comes into two parts. Okay. So one is the public blockchain, the other one is the private blockchain. Okay. So when you are talking about the regular distributed database, right? So it will be, I mean, so again, this DLT based technology is a type of a distributed database technology itself. But when you are going to the public blockchains, right? So it is what I mean, it is not managed by a single entity or single, you can say, quorum or consortium, right? It is open or it is publicly available. For example, Bitcoin, you may say, it is not something. regular regular distributed database or anything, right? It is open to everyone and it is transparent, and that's how you get the, you can say you attain a value. Okay, so and that is when you can have the applications like launching the token which will be having some value, like for example USDC, USDT. So these are like dollar based pegged stablecoin currency. Then there will be applications like then the whole application revolves like decentralized finance, like basically bringing bank to open channel, right? Like where everyone without uh, I mean where most for decentralized finance, you don't have to like go through KYC checks or anything. You can participate, you can earn interest, and you can do any operations that bank gives, right? So uh, based on the use case and based on the application that you have to develop, you need to do your due diligence and then pick up the stack, and then you need to decide on what blockchain you need to use, or you don't even have to use blockchain at all. Like as you said, it can be the same set of use case can be achieved through regular distributed database as well.
Hey Navil,
Yeah,
thanks for joining. Sorry, I was late. I'm toggling between two other meetings.
no worries. Thanks
Uh,
for joining.
yeah, I think the session is going good. Right, the participants are very active, so they can
Yeah,
pick up
yeah.
from your experience and your multiple jobs. Like most of you don't know, like he's doing multiple jobs. He
Don't
used
say
to
that.
do. No, he used to do, not now. Okay.
Yeah.
So nice. Anyway, like a lot to learn from him, and also you can take some finance advice from him. Okay, and also you can take the advices like how to manage your stay at Mumbai, the costly
Yeah,
service. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Please continue. Sorry to disturb.
sure. Uh,
So some of our participants has raised their hands, so we can go with them. So
mhm.
Omkar Kawale, you can ask your question.
So good afternoon, sir. My name is Omkar. I am from Triple IT Nagpur, and till now I was doing Web 2. Like I have done decent in backend as well as front end until the React or TypeScript, etc. So my question is, I had just done some Rust language, the basic of Rust language, and currently I am doing this school for the Ethereum. So my question is, how much relevance my knowledge of the Web 2 will be uh, is relevant in Web 3 field, and how much it will be used if I want to continue my future in the Web 3 itself.
Okay, so Omkar, you mentioned you are in second year, right?
I have just finished my first year, and I'm
Okay,
moving
okay,
in second.
okay. So I will suggest you to like don't jump from technologies to technologies. It's fine at your age and at the position that you are in, but uh I mean so you are saying what will the relevance of web 2 will be in web 3. Okay, so this everything is interconnected. Okay, it does not mean when you're working in web 3 you don't have to work on the web 2 technologies. So i mean it's better that you have exposure to everything from front end to back end, and then the blockchain is a third layer. Okay, with just blockchain you cannot build real world applications, right? That is just a, you can say, a layer that is that will be giving you the connectivity for your front end and back end. Okay, and I would suggest you to participate in hackathons. So there are very good hackathons like Consensus, it Global, and other other fews. Like you can find it out, or maybe I will share a link later. So I would suggest like you form a good group. Okay, good group. When I say good group, it means like everyone in the team does something that would contribute to the team overall. Okay, so some might be good at backend development, some might be good at front end, some might be good at setting up the infrastructure, right? So everybody has to like contribute equally, and their skills should unite and complement each other. So participate in as many hackathons as you can, although you might think at first like I might not be able to complete the problem statement, or you would be feeling like there are many other good people around here and I stand no chance. That's completely fine. Even if you develop a very simple basic thing, even that is fine. It just the environment and the exposure that you get will shape your mind, will shape your mindset. And when you go next time, it will definitely have an impact of your previous experience. So I would suggest like participate in as many hackathons as you can. And I mean, taking up the course is fine, but then you need to be very self-disciplined and very, you need to be a self-motivator. Okay. And it is difficult. But when you go in a peer group and when you build something in 24-48 hours, it is something that it will be an experience, a very good experience. So that would be my suggestion.
Yes, so thank you so much, Navil. So you have named some of the hackathons for Web3. I would like to suggest one more, that is Web3SSH. We are also
Yeah.
conducting our own hackathon this time. Right. Yes. So
I
our
mean, if
participants
it is
will
an
definitely go.
in-house, in school, I mean, you should definitely like that would be something very easy to go in, right? When you're targeting global hackathons, I mean, if you're a fresher or if you're someone who is starting, it might be difficult to get an entry. But yes, definitely start with what your college or your school provides. It will help you. Yeah.
Yes. So next we can go with Bong Srinivas. He has a question as well.
Sir, most of the participants are new to blockchain and Web3. As a person who worked in both public and private blockchain, tell us how to choose between them. What tech stack is needed to learn these complementary tracks? What career opportunities does each of specific type of blockchain have?
Okay. So your question is basically choosing between what type of blockchain, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
yes.
so again, I would suggest like when you're starting up, you should explore everything. Okay, but at some point, there will be a point when, let's say, you have graduated and then you need to make a decision. Let's say, suppose you have both the, uh, I mean, job opportunities or both the offers, like choosing between public and private, then it's the time you decide what you have to go with. Okay, so again, it depends on the passion that you have. So it can be the use case that you are passionate about, the level of trust, and the transparency requirement for that particular application. Okay, so what happens with the public blockchain? Okay, so in public chain, you have options like Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana, so and many others, to be honest. And these are ideal for decentralized DeFi applications and which provide transparency uh, on the open internet. Okay, and it is true, you can say, provides immutability and has a censorship resistance. Okay, now when you're coming to private blockchain, okay, so, yeah, what basically you do is you try to attain the features of what the blockchain provides, like transparency, immutability, uh, etc. Okay. So for private blockchain, you have options like Hyperledger Fabric, Coda, etc. And you can use, so basically what it is a consortium with the known people. Okay. Let's say suppose uh, uh, NPCA and the different banks wants to collaborate with each other to uh, fulfill certain application. Like for example, CBDC that I mentioned, right? So you need to form this consortium between the banks and between the RBI, Reserve Bank of India, and between the NPCI, so that only then that application will be in sync and will be able to like issue the currency, issue tokens, transfer tokens, and everything. So everybody has to be on the same page. So that is when you can use private blockchain. So it is more restricted. It is more restricted in terms of environment, compliance, having privacy, and different sort of access control. Okay, and since it is private blockchain, uh, uh, you can plug a different consensus mechanism which can suit your needs, and you can increase the TPS, which is a major hurdle for the blockchain. So yeah, I mean, for public blockchain, you can start with, obviously the JavaScript is common in both the blockchains, but you can start with JavaScript. Then for public blockchain, you can use Solidity, which is a smart contract language which runs on Ethereum blockchain. Then you can use tools like Hardhat, Truffle, Foundry. Then there is a frameworks like EtherJS, Web3.js, and wallets like MetaMask. Then you can explore like testing and security tools as well. And for private blockchain, yeah, JavaScript is common. You can learn Go as well, and learn how Hyperledger Fabric works. So they have a very good documentation. If you just search for Hyperledger Fabric docs and see how everything works together, like how the immutability is achieved, how transparency is achieved. And when you use Hyperledger Fabric, then you need to learn the tools like Docker, Kubernetes, which basically manage this whole network and which is responsible for running this whole network, right? And yeah, so career opportunities for a public blockchain would be like you can become a smart contract auditor. So major firms, when they write the contracts, they audit through third-party firms so that uh, basically they are sure like the contracts that they have developed are uh, error-free and have do not have any known issues, right? So the case with Ethereum is like when you deploy the contracts, those are immutable, right? That is what the property of blockchain is, and you need to be very cautious when you are doing those things. So because I mean, a lot of money is involved, and the entire fate of the project is dependent on the contracts that you write. So you go through a third party auditor, and they are the ones who audit those contracts. So you can be a smart contract auditor, you can be a developer, of course, you can be an analyst, a DeFi analyst, and you can be again Web3 front end, back end engineer. And you can be also a product manager if you want to, which will basically oversee the whole project. For the private blockchain, yeah, you can be a chain code developer, again, the blockchain consultant, the architect who will be basically designing the whole flows, whole the infrastructure, the everything that comes in, the requirements and SLA requirements and everything. So the roles, or you can say industry specific roles, are in supply chain, finance, and healthcare related roles for the private blockchain. So yeah, I
Thank you.
hope that
Thank you.
answers.
So, yes, that answers the question. So next question we can take from Prem Jadhav. He has also
Mhm.
raised his hand.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. So my
Hi.
like question one for you is like, see, currently I've learned with the Solidity and I've done with the Rush also. Now I'm working with Solana. So what all
Mhm.
things I should do after this? Like, is the flow going correct or I need to change that? Uh, are there any like if I'm doing any mistakes, so can you tell me that? Apart from that, like, can you suggest me I should be a blockchain developer or shall try to be a full stack blockchain developer? What will be good for me?
Okay, I will suggest you to open your options. Okay, don't just stick with like, yes, I want to be a Web3 engineer, just blockchain, or I want to be just front end, or I want to be just back end. Okay, so the current market conditions are not very favorable. I mean, let me be very honest here. It's not very favorable for freshers that are graduating out of the universities, right? I mean, given the rise of AI, LLMs, and which do the task. Uh, uh, which works as a pair programmer and do the task very quickly. So you should be very flexible, very adaptive, and very dynamic in nature. Uh, as I told you before, participate in hackathon, do the open source contributions, try to, I mean, try to showcase your skill sets as much as possible and contribute as much as you can. And
Yes. Like, see,
regarding the tech stack, yeah.
I would like
Uh,
to add one thing. Like, I've been
mhm.
into two international icons, but I did not got did not got any support from my team. I had participated solo. So can you tell me how can I find the like team members for that also? Because most of the times I'm trying to play the hackathons that are being played solo. So I need a team also. How can I look for that? Because playing two international hackathons and in that the if you know that Chromium recently that happened and like the ETHS, the one which you told, I was in that also. But in that
Okay.
issues for me, like I faced regarding like deploying a blockchain and a project solo, it won't be possible. And in that, I was facing some issues. Still, I tried to make that, but how
Mhm.
can I for the team also? That is the main major question also.
Okay.
Okay,
So
maybe let me take this question. Like,
yeah,
let
yeah.
me tell them like our experience, like when we
Sure, sure,
participated
sure.
in this ETH India, right? So, Prem, like we too participated in ETH India 2022, I guess, right? So 2022.
Yeah.
So, like we're only two people, like, but we need team. Like what Neville did was like to take interviews, like just for like a job, he took interviews for one person. Like he's just is 13 or 14 years, right?
He was
First,
in
we
10th
didn't,
standard,
he was not even 10th, I think, some 8th standard
ninth
at
or
that
something.
time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Some at that time. Like, first, we didn't believe him, right? And then we had a meet with him, personal Google meet with him, and he showcased his GitHub's profile and everything. And like, it was amazing. We took him, like, he worked very hard, and actually, we got that Filecoin track prize. And also, like, the other two people also, one is Aditya, like now he placed in very good company recently. Like 2 days back, I saw his LinkedIn profile, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like he's doing very good. And the other
He is
person
placed
is
in grade. He's
yes,
working in
yes,
grade.
correct. And the other person is Jitin. Okay, and like he's like the one of the longest serving employees in Nethermind. I hope he is enjoying his vacation now in Vietnam. Like he is also very good full stack developer. Frankly speaking, like he brought a lot of things to the table, and still now like he is also helping us to connect with this Web3 ecosystem and everything. Like it all depends upon like how you approach the people. Like you approach the people and you go through their profiles, GitHub and everything. Sure, okay. And then like you will get some sort of confidence. Then you can form as a team. See, similarly, the other people also expect the same from you, right? So at that time, frankly speaking, I don't have anything to showcase, but I have showcased my mind to all these people. Like, what are the problem statement? Like, we have the clarity on the problem statement we are doing, and I explained the problem statement, and also we connected with the file coins, the actual employees to let to know the feasibility of our problem statement, right? So then they also given some suggestions. They had our problem statement very patiently. And then they have given, actually, we took this project after even hackathon also, we took this project and we developed it, but somehow like with my busy schedule, we couldn't materialize this, but Neville is always pushing me. Even now also, like given a chance, he will push me to work on that project. Right. So that's our experience. You can follow the same.
So
Yes.
adding to that, yeah, Prem, adding to that, I will just say you one thing. You just have to find one person, okay, who you can trust. So with us, I had Arjun with me, okay, and I knew like I now know need only two more developers. One will be the front end, and the one will be the smart contract developer. I mean, we both were capable to complete that whole hackathon, but then yeah, since it is time constraint, time bound, you need to find resources so that you can complete
And we
quickly.
don't have
So
ChatGPT at that time.
yeah, that's a flex to other end. So you just have to find one person, one right person who you can trust and who, and now that you have participated in hackathons, you have one edge forward. Okay. I mean, you have the exposure or you have the experience. So you can sell that. Like you have been into this and you just have to one person who is as good as you or who is better than you. Okay. Once you find him, then you will be approaching of people who you think might be a good fit for your team, and then you can take the interview. So let's say suppose you are participating in hackathon like it global, you have discord channels, and there is one channel which basically there are people who are looking for teams, so you can go through their profiles and maybe reach out to them and maybe pitch what you are bringing to the table, and then take his interview and see what he will be bringing to the table. So that's what exactly I did when we participated in Eat India. So maybe you can follow the same
Yeah,
approach.
sir. And second question, like, sir, looking for the job rules. Is it okay to like join startups, like the people who are trying to like recently come into the blockchain field? So is it okay to join them? Because the companies which are into blockchain, they won't try to hire freshers. So what will like your suggestion for that? And like while making the resume, what all things we need to add in that? Can you suggest me that?
So if that
So
is the
yeah,
case, what we will do, generally what I suggest, Neville, is okay, take the opportunity that you get, but only don't stick to only that one opportunity, right? You spend this 3 4 hours for this low level opportunity that you feel, okay, and you do one more job, okay, where you feel comfortable, right? So doing two jobs nowadays is not a problem, okay.
it's just
So
that you should not disclose it.
yeah.
Yes, sir. Okay, got it, sir. Thank you, sir.
I mean, as long as you don't say it to your colleague or your best friend, it's fine. The moment you just flex it like I'm doing 2 3 jobs, and the moment it comes out and your employer comes out to know, then it's a problem. So I mean, this is a I don't think it's a legal advice, but yeah. So you have to keep your interest above everything. Okay. If it's not always about the money, it's about the skill set that you will be gaining. So focus on your skill sets and yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Anything
Yes,
else?
so
Mhm.
next it is channel Panjwani, a question from the
Good afternoon, sir. You have won many hackathons like HyperHack and Philcon Storage Track. What was your project idea and what made it special?
Okay. Uh, so yeah, I mean, so I will brief you about the project that I and Arjun had worked upon few years back. So so we were actually finding a problem statements like what will be something that would really bring value to the Filecoin ecosystem. And fortunately, Arjun find it, to be very honest. So
Say
the idea was,
the
yeah,
first problem statement that we worked on this one, like say for example, you upload the files to Google Drive or Dropbox, right? So like you have an image, you just upload it. But many people in the world might have the same image, right? So the problem is these cloud providers will apply logic called or a technique called as a deduplication. Okay, they will be storing only one copy of the file. All the other copies are just references to the original copy, right? But let us assume like although we are using this Google Drive and Dropbox for free, so let us assume there is a scenario that they will charge us. Like although Dropbox will charge like if you are storing more than 2.5 GB or 5 GB, right? Even the OneDrive they will charge, right? So they will charge for the space, but actually they are not storing our content. They are just giving the reference to our content, right? So we had this idea in the Filecoin also. The Filecoin blockchain stores the data, right? Instead of charging everyone, let's charge the first one. When the second one comes, refund to the first one. When the third one comes, refund to the first two persons, right? As the more and more uh, copies of the same data is being added, the the previous person will get incentivized. Okay, the newer persons will get less and less charge for this space. So this idea actually we did it for that ETH India 2022, and then for HackFS we did a project called Zenith. Okay. Zenith, actually, it is about, I think, a similar concept. No, it is about Navil. Uh,
Uh, it was about the peer review, the
yes,
publishing,
yeah,
paper
the
publishing.
publishing, paper publishing, and peer review. Like we had this coin idea. Like when you publish a paper, like how do you incentivize the reviewers, how do you incentivize the editors and everything, and this all these papers, like research papers life cycle through the filecoin blockchain. Okay, there is no web2 entities here, everything is through this filecoin blockchain. How do you manage the entire life cycle along with the incentives? That's what for our hackfs idea.
Yes. So thank you for the answer, sir. And so let's take another question from the chat. So Martin Luger asks, is there any placement agency or recruitment firm for the new crypto enthusiasts or anything in Pan India? How can you help a person if he is struggling to get a job in this industry?
Okay, so let me take this. So placement agency or recruitment firm comes into handy when you have an experience. Okay. But if you don't have any working experience, then it is a bit difficult. I would say it is not possible, but it is very difficult when you don't have an experience. Again, I will be reiterating the same points. Participate in the hackathons. So by participating, you build connections, you reach out to the organizers, I mean, so the FEM track, right, that we had attended in East India, there were many, I mean, prominent companies which are working in the Web3, like Filecoin, Push Protocol, uh, to name a few. There were many actually, like 30, 40. And there are people coming from the, you can say employees coming to this hackathons because they want to promote their product and at the same time you are building something on their stack. So that is the time when you can network with these people, see, you can slip on your CV to them, you can uh, showcase your skills, you can showcase the contributions that you are doing to the project. And if you're lucky, you can land onto the internship or maybe a full-time job. Okay. So that is where I mean, you're not just doing programming or you're not just doing anything, you are building a real world application or you can say a POC, which resembles a real world application. So yeah, and the other one is build your LinkedIn profile. Uh, I mean, it is very important in the age that we are. Have good connects, reach out to the people that are working in your dream company. Understand most of them will reply, few of them will ignore your messages, but write a very straightforward message. Don't say like hi and then wait for the response. Don't do that. Make your intention very clear. Who are you? Why have you texted him, her? Okay, and seek their guidance or see if there are any openings, or if there are no openings, then what are the skill set that you should focus and how you would be able to land a job in their company, and maybe prepare along that way. So
Also,
yeah,
to add to that, like for all the other people, okay, try to have a mentor. Okay, it will help you a lot if you have a mentor. Say, like maybe they will charge some money, some people, right? But it will fast track. Like for example, if you are average or below average person and who don't have a lot of connections, okay, choose a mentor, pay him. Okay, definitely, you will not regret your decision. Okay, you'll get a lot of connections, a lot of information, and you know like exactly what to prepare. Okay, like you'll not be touching so many points. Like you will be very concise in what you are preparing, right? And you will be like very sure shot for a particular job role. You know what to prepare, and you will prepare that, and you will get the job. That is the benefit of having mentors.
yes.
So another question from Sumalapati. So she asks, is it possible to delete data from a blockchain? If not, how does GDPR's right to be forgotten apply?
So if it is a public blockchain, you cannot delete the data. Once it goes and conforms, so confirmation means in Bitcoin, it is at least 6 blocks. Even in Ethereum also, it is at least 6 blocks. Okay, there is something 6 blocks added on top of your data. It cannot be deleted. So GDPR, so that's why like these are two complementary things. Okay, you cannot put the GDPR restrictions into the blockchain ecosystem. You cannot put the blockchain principles into the GDPR. Okay, so that we need to live with. We cannot do anything.
Yes. So another question from Martin Luther. He says, are there any specific crypto projects which help its users to get a job?
So again, I mean, I'm not aware of such specific projects, but yeah, you can see the projects that are allowing open source contributions. Okay, you will find a feature file like how you can create a pull request, contribute to those projects. Okay, when you are contributing, when you're a core contributor, you can see your badge or your name appear on those GitHub open source projects, right? And maybe taking that as a leverage, you can land a job into that company if your contributions are substantial and if they think you're a very good candidate. So yeah.
So there are two things here. Okay, I always believe. Okay, why China is more ahead of India. Right? So they do a lot of copying, right? So take the same principle. Okay, take any Web3 project that you know, copy from that. Okay, replicate it and try to uh, like learn from it. Okay, take a repo, copy it, try to build it and learn from it. Okay, whatever you do, like we need not to do from scratch nowadays. Okay, especially with this cursor and AI, you need not to build anything from scratch. Okay, so that's what my suggestion to the people, right? Don't be ashamed to copy. Okay, never be ashamed to copy, especially software. Okay, then if you can improve it, submit a pull request, right? So that your contributions can be added to the repo. Right?
How and where do I find a mentor? Again, on the LinkedIn itself. So most of the people who are, don't give money to anyone who is not deserving. So you will be going through the experiences, the companies that they have worked in, the contributions that they have done in, and you can see something like mentorship one-on-one. Okay, you can just click on it and you can book a calendar invite with them. So they charge like 200, 500 rupees something. I don't remember. So yeah, you can just pay them and then maybe arrange a 20 minutes, 30 minutes call with them, and you can, I think they have different options as well, like what exactly, on what topic exactly you want a mentorship. So yeah, so build your LinkedIn. That is the ultimate advice that I can give you.
There are so many channels. Again, like LinkedIn is a boss, okay, for anything. Okay, there are so many channels. Like just in the LinkedIn search bar, if you type Web3 or blockchain, okay, a lot of groups or channels are available. You can subscribe to them, and you will get updated to events. Okay, nowadays the amount of content that is being posted on Web3 is greatly reduced. If you are in 2021, 2022, like whatever post you see, it is about Web3 and blockchain. But nowadays it is little difficult to find the content, but still you can find it. Or the events, the hackathon events, all the Ethereum events will be updated on ETH Global. Unfortunately, our event is not updated. I don't know why. I should have pinged them a week before. But all the Ethereum will be updated on ETH Global.
I think it was upgraded. I read Web3SSH in ETH India website, I guess, ETH India or ETH Global.
Oh, we have
I
not
read
seen.
somewhere.
Oh, so any
Okay,
other
so
question, guys?
let's wrap up this session. Thank you, Navil, and thank you, sir. It was an amazing session. And I would like Harshit to give the final.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you, Navil,
I
for your time. Actually,
I
I wanted
think
Navil to have a session in this, but unfortunately, I couldn't get his session. Next time, definitely,
yeah,
we'll
yeah,
have
sure.
one keynote or coding session from you. All right. Thank you very much for your time
Definitely.
and joining here. All right.
Thank you for
Thank you.
having me.
Yeah,
All the very best for your future.
thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so
We'll
much,
meet it.
Navil, for taking the time to join us and share your incredible journey in the world of Web3 and blockchain. From your experience building cross chain solutions to your thoughts on decentralization and architecture, every insight was truly valuable. We are especially grateful for the way that you engaged with all our questions. Your thoughtful and clear responses made this session both insightful and inspiring. It's been a pleasure having you with all of us, and we hope to see you continue driving meaningful impact in this space. We'd like to have you again soon. We'd also like to sincerely thank Mallikarjun sir for his constant support and encouragement in making sessions like these possible. His guidance plays a key role in helping us create meaningful learning and experiences for everyone. It's been a pleasure having you with us, and we look forward to continuing these conversations with trailblazers like you. Thank you.
Thank you, Harshini. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day.
Yeah.